All right, let's talk about how to find the USB key, because as you'll see, that was the origin of the infection. Somebody plugged in a USB key and it contained malware, and that's what led to the ransomware infection. So it turns out to be pretty easy to find the name of the USB key, because if you just look here at the Microsoft webpage showing you the registry entries created when you plug in a USB, you'll see it has various device names. If you've done forensics, you've seen all these before. And it has these device names. Let me zoom in on that a bit here. It has these device names that are just long, meaningless numbers, GUIDs. And it has one here that's all full of code numbers and stuff. But there's one that is just what a normal person would think of as the name called the friendly name, which is the name that you'll see in in your list of devices when you plug it in. So, and I think all we have to do is search for friendly name. There are not very many there are no other entries that actually have friendly name in them, so that's easy. There are two events, and this is there's that long thing with the friendly name in it. And someplace in here, we're going to see the real name. We might be able to just expand an event and see. There, by the way, remember, this was the name of they asked the IP address this one a while ago. We8105 desk is Bob Smith's machine. And this, I think, is it, Miranda Pry. But here's the object is the friendly name. Yep, and I think that's the value, Miranda Pry. So that was the name of this USB stick that he plugged in. All right, and so now we'd like to see what server name he connected during the ransomware outbreak, because when he infected his machine with ransomware, it infected his files, then it went on the network to find all the network shares it could, and infected the files out there, which is how it works. So you can see how this works. You look for SMB stream data for Bob's workstation. Now, for that, I think we're going to need Bob's IP address, which we figured out before. Let me check my instructions. Oh, you can just use the name, it turns out. All right. Search for the server's file name extension to find the time of the outbreak. Okay, so let's see. Here's my plan. Okay, I'm trying to find the time of the outbreak. So we'll start by looking for server. All right, and we find many events. Now we could also look for .server, which is going to be the file name extension of files that are created when the ransomware runs. All right, and we're still finding 11,746 of them, and you see the time range here. All right, so it went from 1016. These are, there we are, 1014 and 1004. Yeah, so 1004 to 1015 or 1016 is the time range of the outbreak. So we search for the name of the workstation, which is We8105 desk. All right. And now find a likely server name. Okay, let's just start searching for this. Okay. And we'll view the host values here. So these are the hosts that had traffic. This is the desktop. That's the server. This is some other server. And I think there was a clue in the question that the server name resembles his workstation name. So you can see it's We9104 serve is the server he connected to. So I'm going to save that. That's a server he connected to while performing the ransomware attack. Whoops, something weird happened to my copy here. Right. It's not messing with me. All right. I can save that. Good, good. All right. And now we want to find the IP address of the file server. Just search for its name and look for the source. So its name was this. All right. Examine the source, look for source types that record raw network data. So we have sources like this, and the event logs are not going to tell us, but the stream data should tell us. I wonder if DNS would, LDAP, SMB perhaps is the best. Let's see. Here's the destination IP. And here's the source IP. This we know is Bob's workstation. So I think that must be the server, 192.168.250. I'm going to save that too. I can figure out how to copy in this browser. There we go. All right. And so how many PDFs did it encrypt? We can find out. Let's see how many PDF file names there are, because remember, we got Sysmon running, and it will record an event every time you create a file. So it should be, or delete a file, and the ransomware should be doing a whole lot of deleting and creating files. So we start by PDF. Now we look for the suspicious app. So let's see, we have an app here, an app that's referencing the files. And Rundil is iExplore, Ask. This is actually, that might be the suspicious thing, Win Unknown, HTTP. I think Ask is the one that is put up in Bob's roaming profile with this name. I think this is the ransomware running. Find unique file names. There. And there's a lot of file names. There's one way to get a list of all the file names, is to go to the top or rare and then just change that limit to something large enough to put it all in one list. These are all about boot camps. I want to show 100 per page. There's 42 of them. Now I should be able to see them all. These all seem to just be versions of boot camp. I think I used the wrong app. Let's try that unknown app. So go back to PDF and choose a different app. Let me see if my notes help me. I'm trying to do 410. Yep, it should be on the unknown app. Okay, fair enough. Outsmarted myself there. This one. And now I look for file names. Which is relative target name. Let me find this. Right, find unique file names. And you'll find them here in relative target name. Those are the file names. So I can look for rare values, for example. That will give me a list of them on the statistics tab. And then I can just change this number to a big number to see them all. There are a total of 528. So 600 would be enough to see them all. And there we have it. And now, I think I just have to use statistics tab, right? Then I have to adjust the time range to cover the relevant time range, and then I'd see it. So that's hopefully enough information to help you solve that one. I think that's enough for this video.